Say, imagine this, you in your living room after a long day, you hit play on your favorite movie, and for the first time you feel the sound fill the space like a live performance instead of coming from tiny dots behind the screen. That's the moment you realize the ULTIMEA Skywave X50 isn't just another sound system, it is something for people who hear quality and refuse to settle for flat, lifeless audio. If that strikes a chord, take a second to check the current price and stock while you're re-listening, because systems this immersive don't stay available forever. You know that point where your TV speakers just don't cut it anymore. Dialogue feels thin, explosions sound weak, music lacks depth, it's like you missing half the experience but didn't want to admit it. You felt that. You knew something was holding your entertainment back. That quiet frustration every time you cranked the volume a little in hopes it would sound better, that's your cue that you outgrew the good enough phase. When you set up the Skywave X50 and press play, there is a kind of emotional relief that washes over you. Suddenly, every moment in your movie or show feels intentional. You hear footsteps behind you, you sense the roar around you, and Dolby Atmos lifts audio above and around you in a way that makes you sit up and really listen. The sound doesn't just come at you, it surrounds you. It transforms background noise into atmosphere, and suddenly every quiet scene carries weight instead of emptiness. Real-life use is where this system shines. You'll catch things you never heard before, hushed whispers in a conversation scene, the low rumble of distant thunder that your old setup skipped over, even the sparkle in a soundtrack that was buried under muffled bass. Gaming becomes more intense, movies feel cinematic, and casual TV shows suddenly feel rich. And having full wireless surrounds means your room stays clean and uncluttered, letting you focus on the moment instead of wrestling with cables and clutter. Don't wait for price swings or stock dips once you start hearing what you've been missing. That hesitation usually turns into regret. If you're questioning whether this is too much for your room, here is what shifts that hesitation. Once you experience the spatial depth that Dolby Atmos and the multi-channel array bring, anything less feels like a compromise. You don't just watch, you feel the audio. You don't just hear a soundtrack, you live it. And knowing you chose something that performs this well changes how you feel about your entire viewing setup. One unexpected delight you'll notice is how natural voice clarity becomes. Dialogue that used to get lost under music or effects suddenly sits right where it should, clear, present, and easy to follow. That alone changes the way you enjoy long sessions without fatigue. There is a definite pride in owning a system like this. Not the loud kind of pride and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've finally matched your home theater to your standards. Every time you walk past it, there is a small, satisfying click in your mind. Yeah, this was the upgrade worth making. You'll appreciate how expansive the soundstage feels, how powerful yet nuanced the bass hits, how immersive the overhead effects are, how effortless the wireless setup stays, and how every piece works in harmony instead of feeling like separate gadgets. You might notice the system takes up more presence in your room than a simple soundbar, and that is because it is not just a soundbar. It is a system. But once it is in place, you won't want to go back to anything quieter or flatter. If you've been looping through audio options and second-guessing yourself, this is where that loop ends. At some point, you choose the experience your instincts kept nudging you toward. Check the price, check the availability, and make the call while it is still in stock. Once you hear what this system does, you'll know you made the right choice.